Hello boys and girls, my name is Latoya and today I'll be given different concepts on 3 reading books. My first book, Biscuit Gives a Gift, is by Alyssa Satin Capuccelli, pictures by Pat Shores. This book has a reading concept and today we're going to be focusing on gift. My word is going to be gift. Boys and girls, as I read the book and I come across the word gift, you're going to be holding your gift in your hands as I read. Again, Biscuit Gives a Gift by Alyssa Satin Capuccelli, pictures by Pat Shores. We're going to give some gifts to our neighbors and friends, Biscuit. Woof, woof. Oh, Biscuit, wait for me, woof. These mittens are so warm and cozy. We can hang them on the mitten tree. Woof, woof. Silly puppy, no tugging, Biscuit. This way, Biscuit, Grandma and Grandpa will love the gingerbread we baked. Woof, woof. Funny puppy, no cookies for you. Woof. Sharing a story is one of the best gifts of all. Woof, woof. Curl up, Biscuit, you can hear the story too. Woof. Boys and girls, do you think a book is a great gift to give? Yes, I think so, because reading is knowledge and you can learn a lot from books. Sweet puppy, a kiss from you is the best Christmas gift ever. Woof. Again, this book, Biscuit Gives a Gift by Alyssa Satin Capuccelli, pictured by Pat Shores. My concept word was gift, and as I read the story, you held up your gift to show me you understood what a gift is about. My second book is called The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything by Linda Williams, illustrated by Megan Lloyd. In this concept, we're going to be exploring patterns through numbers. So this one has a math concept. And you can see it here, the number 2, followed by the number 1, the number 1, the number 2, the number 1, and the number 1. As I read the story, boys and girls, and you hear the word 2, you're going to be holding up the number 2. As I continue reading and you hear the word 1, you're going to be holding up the number 1. And this will let me know you're understanding the pattern and the concept of counting by 2 and counting by 1. The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything by Linda Williams, illustrated by Megan Lloyd. Once upon a time, there was a little old lady who was not afraid of anything. One windy afternoon, the little old lady left her cottage and went for a walk in the forest to collect herbs and spices, nuts and seeds. She walked so long and so far that it started to get dark. There was only a sliver of moon shining through the night. The little old lady started to walk home. Suddenly, she stopped. Right in the middle of the path were 2 big shoes. As you can see, we're incorporating the number 2 for the 2 big shoes. And the shoes went clump, clump. What would you do, boys and girls, if you saw 2 big shoes coming your way, sounding clump, clump? I know, I would be running all the way home. Get out of my way, you 2 big shoes. I am not afraid of you, said the little old lady. On she walked down the path. But behind her, she could hear 2 shoes go clump, clump. A little farther on, the little old lady stumbled into a pair of pants. Here we're incorporating the number 1 for a pair of pants. And the pants went wiggle, wiggle. Get out of my way, you pair of pants. I am not afraid of you, said the little old lady. She walked on, but behind her she could hear 2 shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle wiggle. Farther still, the little old lady bumped into a shirt, and the shirt went shake shake. Here again, we're incorporating the concept of one. She saw a shirt and the shirt goes shake shake. Get out of my way, you silly shirt. I am not afraid of you, said the little old lady. And on she walked, a little bit faster, but behind her she could hear two shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. A little ways on, the little old lady came upon two white gloves and a tall black hat. Here for the two white gloves, we're incorporated the number 2 to represent two things. And for the tall black hat, here's one to represent the number 1. And the gloves went clap, clap, and the hat went nod, nod. Get out of my way, you two white gloves, and you tall black hat. I am not afraid of you, she said. And on she walked, just a little bit faster. But behind her, she could hear two shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. And one hat go nod, nod. By now, the little old lady was walking at quite a fast pace. She was very near her cottage when she was startled by a very huge, very orange, scary pumpkin head. And the head went boo, boo. What time of year do you all see scary pumpkins? Just about Halloween's, you'll see scary pumpkins. This time, the little old lady did not stop to talk. She did not stop at all. She ran. But behind her, she could hear two shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. One hat go nod, nod. One scary pumpkin go boo, boo. And here, boys and girls, you can see the pants, the pumpkin, the shoes, the hat, the gloves, all of them chasing the little old lady. The little old lady did not look back. She ran as fast as she could and didn't stop to catch her breath until she was safe inside her cottage with the door locked. She sat in her chair by the fire and she rocked and she rocked. It was so quiet in her cottage before knock, knock on the door. Should she answer it? Well, she was not afraid of anything, so she went to the door and opened it. What do you think she saw? Two shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. One hat go nod, nod. And one scary pumpkin go boo, boo. I'm not afraid of you, said the little old lady bravely. What do you want anyway? We've come to scare you. You can't scare me, said the little old lady. Then what's to become of us? The pumpkin head suddenly looked unhappy. I have an idea, said the little old lady. She whispered into the pumpkin's ear. The pumpkin head nodded and his face seemed to brighten. The little old lady said good night, closed the door, and whistled on her way to bed. The next morning, she woke up early. She went to her window and looked out into the garden. And what do you think she saw? Two shoes go clump, clump. One pair of pants go wiggle, wiggle. One shirt go shake, shake. Two gloves go clap, clap. One hat go nod, nod. One scary pumpkin go boo, boo. And scare all the crows away. Boys and girls, what do you think the purpose of a scarecrow is, as we see here in the field outside? Well, scarecrows are used to scare away the animals from eating the crops. And the story again is called The Little Old Lady Who Was Not Afraid of Anything by Linda Williams, illustrated by Megan Lloyd. And the concept had a math concept that had to do with the patterns of numbers. We went over the number 2, the number 1, the number 1, number 2, number 1, number 1. My third book has a geographical concept. The book is called Pete the Cat's Family Road Trip, illustrated and written by Kimberly and James Dean. In this book, boys and girls, we're going to be discussing the different landmarks Pete the Cat took across the U.S. when he went on vacation. We're going to be using a map of the USA, and I want you to take your pencils, and as I read and call out the different landmarks, I want you to use your pencil to connect the dots as we trace the route of Pete the Cat's vacation across the USA and as he embarks on the different landmarks. The book is called Pete the Cat's Family Road Trip by Kimberly and James Dean. It is also illustrated by Kimberly and James Dean. Pete, Bob, Mom, and Dad are going on a road trip across the United States. Dad loads the bag onto the roof. Mom picks the music. Bob and Pete grab the bike. The first stop is Niagara Falls. So here, kids, as I say Niagara Falls, you would use your pencil or your crayons to connect the dot with the next location that Pete will travel to. They ride a boat to see the waterfalls up close. Pete loves pretending he's the captain. Next stop is Boston. Here we see Boston, so you would take your pencil and you will connect the dots. Next stop is Boston. The family walks the Freedom Trail. They take a photo in front of Paul Revere's house. Historic and cool, says Bob. Now they're off to New York City. Here we see New York City. It is New York City. The family takes an elevator up on top of One World Trade Center. Look, it's a Statue of Liberty, says Dad. Does anybody know what happened 9/11 at One World Trade Center? For some trivia, write that down for your homework and we will discuss that next class. Another question for you is, what are some famous landmarks found in New York City? Anyone? Well, for one, we have the Empire State Building, and then there's Madison Square Gardens, and then you have the famous Times Square. We all join in my household every year to look at the beautiful Christmas tree they have there and to watch the ball drop as we make a wish. In Savannah, they ride a riverboat. So here, they went to Savannah, Georgia. Pete orders a slice of peach pie. Yum, says Pete. Life is good. When they arrive in Key West, Pete meets a 6-toed cat. Your paws are very groovy, says Pete. Right back at you, says the cat. New Orleans is famous for jazzy music, and here they come across New Orleans. The groovy music makes everyone wants to dance in the street. Everyone is excited about the next stop, but the car gets a flat tire on Route 66. Don't worry, says Mom. We can't let this ruin our trip. Mom and Dad change the tire. Soon the family is on their way again. Mom parks the car. Look over there, says Bob. It's Mount Rushmore. Anybody can tell me what they know about Mount Rushmore? Or let me make it easier for you boys and girls. Please let me know some of the presidents that have monuments there at the Mount Rushmore. Well, for one, we have Roosevelt, we have Lincoln, and we have Jefferson. And I'll let you research the fourth one for your homework. What a sight to see. The family stops to take a photo. At Yellowstone National Park, here we have Yellowstone National Park. Everyone unwinds. The park is so pretty and peaceful. Bob sees bison snacking on grass. Check out those horns, says Mom. Suddenly, Old Faithful shoots water high into the air. Cool, says Pete. Bob thinks it's time to try something different than a ride. The family goes on horse ride instead in Utah's Monument Valley. So here they find themselves in Utah Monument Valley. So keep on using your pencil or your crayons to trace as we link the different states and landmarks and to see where Pete traveled on his vacation. In Los Angeles, Pete checks out the Cat Hollywood Walk of Fame. Pete puts his paw in the paw prints. I feel like a star. So here they are in Los Angeles. When they get to San Francisco, they all squeeze into a cable car. So now they're in San Francisco. Pete stands in front and says, toot, toot. The last stop is Seattle. Here we go, Seattle, Washington, right there. They go to the top of a Space Needle. Wow, says Mom. The city is very pretty at night. Finally, it's time to go home. We saw so many cool places, says Bob. What's your favorite part of the road trip? Asks Mom. Pete thinks long and hard. There are so many neat sights. The best part was being together with you all, says Pete. The book again is called Pete the Cat's Family Road Trip, written and illustrated by Kimberly and James Dean. And again, for this book, we had a geographical concept which we traced the different landmarks that Pete the cat and the family took across the USA.